Hi everyone, hope you're all well. This is Tracy, We Craft at Home, and today I thought with Father's Day coming up next week, I would do, rather than a card, just a nice little design that you can give as a gift. So we're going to start off with the important letters, and I want them really fairly big. In fact, I'm going to do them almost the size of the screen. Then we need a couple of shapes. I want that one. And that one. Oh, we need a circle as well. Okay, so that's all my shapes. Let's bring the hearts down here. So I'm going to do kind of like a plaque. Let's just move that up a little bit so we've got a bit more space. So when we cut the plaque out, we're going to decorate it. And then I thought hanging from the plaque, we could have some photos. I want that circle down to about 0.25. Oh. And I want 3. So the circles are going to hold the hearts, and in the hearts we're going to do pictures. Let's just get them in a line. Now I'm just going to do roughly 3 along, and then if you just select them all, I'm doing it by holding the shift and clicking them all, and this button here will distribute them evenly so they are even spaces away. And then the heart. Now I'm just going to duplicate and put one to the side because we need that later. Hoping this, let's just check it's the right size. It looks about right actually. Let's try. So if we've got 3, that should be fine. Yeah. Okay. So I can see that all 3 are going to fit. I'm only adding a thin line round, so I need to delete that one. Need that one to the side, and then this one I need to offset, and I've chosen 12. I like to do it on the outside because the line is a bit better on the outside, and then we're going to arrange and send to the back because we want the inner, and we're just going to put that down in size a little bit. If we was to do it with the offset, it kind of changes the shape in the middle of the heart here or here, whether you go in or out. So I prefer to do it this way, because then when you've put it down a little bit, you just center them both, and then they are in the right place, and you can carry on like that. What I would do now is remove overlap, click off it and take that away. You can delete that, and that just means that now your heart has the gap in it rather than one shape on top of another. It's actually the frame. So then we are going to duplicate one of the holes, because we want that in there, and I am just going to center it there. That needs to be a bit smaller. So let's try 20, see if that helps. Oh, I think that might be good enough actually. I'm going to move it with my arrows because it's more refined. There we go. So now we're going to group that. layer. So that's all together. And then this heart we'll use, and what you can do, you put a picture on it, and this heart is the backing that you put the picture on, and then this is the frame. So I've chosen 3 because I have 3 children. So layer, duplicate, so we know we've got 3. And then what we have to do is just cut them all out. So I'm going to cut them out in construction card because I want it to be quite sturdy. You can double up on some construction card if you like, or use a cereal box. Cereal box is very sturdy. And cut it all out separately, and then we'll go over to the craft table and decorate a little bit.
So I'm at the craft table. I've got a few things pre-ready. So the board that we done, I've already gessoed with white, and I had some leftover papers from a previous project that I've done, so I've just covered the dad in that, like a wood effect from the works papers. So I've already got that ready. I've got some paints, so I'm probably going to do some stamping with that, and I've also got some distress inks with blending sponges. I got these from the pound shop. That's my gesso. So we're going to start off by putting some colour on this. Now I've just picked several different colours. I want to do mainly brown, but obviously put a bit of other colour in there. So if I do the brown first, and then we can add some afterwards. I like the look the inks can give us. So it's, I'm sure you've all done it before. It's very simple. You just come onto the page, twirling round. And the more you go on, obviously the darker the ink will be. I don't want it too dark to start with. I'll be going over it again after. Because it does kind of sink a little bit into the gesso. Okay, so now I'm just going to go with a little bit of these. Peeled paint, faded jeans, all old ones. They're old distress inks. Just here, there and everywhere. Bit of the faded jeans, I'll do it around here. Bit more peeled paint, I think. Do like the peeled paint. The gesso seems to make it a little bit softer. And then just as an extra, some really bright cracked pistachio, because so it looks like a bit of aged wood. And now I'm just going to go back over a little bit with the vintage photo, my all-time favourite ink. around the edges. So there we go. I would, personal choice obviously, but for the hearts I think a similar theme. Well, again, it's your choice, but you can either do the same as you've done for the letters Dad, or the same as you've done for the background. We'll get onto them afterwards though, because now I want to do a bit of stamping, and what we're going to do, we're going to, where's my cloth gone? We're going to stamp with paints, because I like the more textured effect. Now, because the pictures are love hearts, I thought you better put at least one love heart in, and I've got this nice splat effect love heart. So I thought that might go nicely for Dad. Yes, they are indigo blue stamps again. Tidy up, Trace. So I was given a tip about these sheets by Kay at Indigo Blue, that if you just put some paint on, let's get a little bit, just splodge it on there. It's quite a big stamp, so I have to do quite a big splodge. First time I've done this, so if it goes wrong, if you put it on there, it picks it up nicely. So, I think I need a bit more. Ah, that's better. Yeah. So this, I think I want to put over, oh, don't do it upside down there, over in the corner here. I don't mind if it goes off the page. I do prefer it to go off the page sometimes, most of the time. There we go. So, sorry, I'm trying to get it right in the camera. There we go. I'm loving it. I used to do a lot of stamping with paints because, I mean, these paints are just so versatile, it's ridiculous. But this, I'm going to use my VersaFine for this because I want it near the same colour. So I'm going to use the Vintage Sepia. As you can see, it's well used. Well loved, well used. So again, just try and come off the page in certain areas. You don't want to be just sticking straight on because it doesn't fit right when you do that. So we've got a little bit there we'll do. I'll do one more. I'll do it. Up here. The VersaFine is good because it picks up on any fine detail. I don't know how it magically does that, but it does. Okay, I think that's enough of that one. Let's get that out of the way a minute. Okay, so you see these marks coming up? That's where this was a little bit wet and I have dropped water on it, but I kind of like it. I think it gives it a bit of extra. So I'm happy with that. Now I need my small there we go. So the word inspire I think is kind of perfect. I think I'll do that in the gold. Let's see if we can pick some more up. There's plenty on there, look. Lovely. So let's put it, tell you what, D, oh no, it's upside down, D-A-D. Yeah, I think I'll put it up in that corner there. So in the middle, so that goes through the A. I think that will do. Okay, so I'm having a bit of fun here. You can obviously, you can do it so many different ways. I mean, I've had so many ideas going through my head. I can't make up my mind which one would be perfect because I think they all are. So, you know, just play. That's all crafting, like messy crafting. That's all it is, just play. Okay, so I've got one more stamp. I just want to add a touch of green. And it is the script stamp, but there's a smaller version. Just make sure I get it the right way. So I'm going to use that. And then again, as always, off the page. There's always second generation stamping as well, so it's not as bold. I think that'll do for now, just while I'm mucking around with it. So I'm going to use Pinflair gel. It takes longer to dry, but it does have a better sticking quality, and of course it is 3D, so. But if you're doing it as a gift, as an ornament, then it's definitely the better one to use. But it does take a few hours to dry. So if you're going to use it, make sure you give yourself enough time. You can still use the pads, obviously, but just rest it on there, make sure it's taken. What did I do with my A? Doesn't this always happen? You start missing, there it is, start missing the stuff that you need. Okay, I need to move that over a little bit. So, I mean, you can use papers for the whole thing if you wanted, couldn't you? It's, I just really miss my messy crafting. Okay, I'm going a bit overboard, but I just want to make sure that it sticks well for when it's actually used. Could use embossing powders. You could use watercolours. Oh, there's so many different effects, isn't there? Right, so that's the main one done. I've just got to wait for it to dry, but I'm quite happy with that. To the hearts. So the hearts, you'd decorate just this piece, and then you'd put the photo on there. No, that's the ones that come out of here. That was lucky, I nearly threw the wrong ones away. Right, so you put the photo onto there. And then you'd use 3D. It's up to you again if you want to use foam or gel. Foam might be easier because you can use the roll and put it round, and then you'd stick the photo on there. So you can do the same design as the dad, or the same design as the, I think I like the dad actually, the papers from there, because it will look like a wooden frame then. Yeah. And then you'd put it together. There's again so many choices. I did get some baker's twine. I thought that might go. Just some string, or invisible thread, or wire to hold it firmly. So you've got a lot of choices. I hope you liked that. I will put a photo up of the finished design. Any questions, let me know. Thank you for watching.